Okay, I'm going to step you now through Lync Server 2013 pool pairing architecture. And what this does is allows you to pair two Enterprise Edition or Standard Edition pools together and have one failover to the other in the event of one of those going down. So within Topology Builder here, I've got a couple of sites set up. I've got a Madrid site and a London site, and each of these sites has a Standard Edition server in them. And what I want to do is utilize these two Standard Edition servers to pair the two of them together so that if all my users in Madrid experience some sort of failure, they can continue working using the London server and vice versa. So within Topology Builder, the way this is set up is it's within the resiliency section of the front-end pool configuration. So I can see that my Madrid pool with JM-SEO2 has an associated backup pool of JM-SEO1 in the London site, and we've got automatic failover and failback for voice. And then if I click on that SEO1 in London, that then tells me that its associated backup pool is SEO2 in Madrid, so it's a bidirectional pair relationship. Now when you configure this in Topology and you publish your topology with this configuration, what the Lync Topology Builder is going to do is go off to the paired pool that if the original pool has a CMS configured on it, it's going to go to that paired pool and install a standby CMS database. But after this is all published and completed, what you need to do is go to the front-end pools, the front-end servers in each pool rather, and rerun Bootstrapper, so the deployment wizard, because what will happen is another service called the backup service will be installed on each front-end server in both pools, which will allow that user and conference data to be replicated and synchronized between the two pools. So now let's have a look at one of these Standard Edition servers here. Now I've got SE2, so first thing I'll do is go into services, and you can see I've got that backup service running there. And this is really what takes our data from both pools and puts it into the file share for the front end pool, and then each front end pool monitors the file share of the other front end pool and looks for that data and grabs it and replicates it into its local databases ready to be utilized in the event of a pool failover. Okay, so I'm going to go to SEO1 over here where I've got a logged in client at the moment. He's logged into this Standard Edition server here, so this was our Standard Edition server in London. So what I'm going to do is now simulate a pool failover, and I'm going to use the Lync Server management shell for this, and I'm going to use invoke-cs pool failover. And it's a pretty simple commandlet. It's just got one switch there where I specify the pool FQDN of the pool I'm failing over, which is SEO1.set domain. And what this commandlet does is it actually has a lot of commandlets it runs within itself. And I'm going to get asked to confirm that in a second. Give that a yes, and now it goes off and starts doing things like getting my CS registrar configuration and backing up the CS pool as it is now, getting the server status of this Standard Edition server here as well, and also getting the CMS replication status to actually get itself into a state that says like, okay, I know what the state is of this pool that I'm failing over. Okay, now while it's running, I'll talk a bit more about when you would use this. So this is really in a disaster recovery scenario when you would need to fail over from a complete site failure. And this isn't an automatic thing. This is something you would need to do either script it or administratively do it as someone within your ops team. So now I can see is the routing group has been hydrated into the standby pool. We've reset the pool registrar state of the failed pool. I can actually see my clients logged back in already for me. So what it's done is it's now stopping the services on the failed pool, and my users are already signed over here. So you can see there was a pretty small impact there was only a couple of seconds there where my client was actually signed out. Go to the services snap-in on this server. You can see if I do a refresh. So all my Lync services are now getting stopped as part of this commandlet. And then we're all done. So when you're on this commandlet, Lync will actually keep two services still running, the centralized logging service and the replicator agent. And this is really for just checking on health and being able to run some logging remotely off this server if you wanted to when it was out of action. But really the time when you're going to be initiating this commandlet is in a disaster scenario. If a pool has completely failed, you'd be running this from the remaining pool to failover users to that pool, and it would be the same commandlet but with a disaster mode. Disaster mode equals true option there, which you would run from the target pool. And now if I wind over here, he's all still logged in and nice and happy. What I can also see is if I look at my configuration information for Lync, so this client was originally signed into SEO1, and that's where that client is homed, but now I can see it's being serviced by SEO2, so connected Lync server is SEO2.